Welcome to the Evening Review. I'm your presenter, Ashwin Mbere. Today, we are joined by Captain William Ekandjo, a veteran Namibian pilot and aviation executive with over 3 decades experience across Africa, Europe, and the United States. Born in Tsumeb, Captain Ekandjo flew some of the world's largest commercial aircraft, rose to general manager in flight operations at Air Namibia, and holds a master's degree in air transport management from City University, London. He is now the driving force behind Fly Etosha Airways. Captain, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Ashwin.
Well, it's always an honor to be able to read such vast credentials, and absolutely looking forward to our conversation today, which we know at some point we'll get into some policy debate. But prior to that, sir, could you take us back to Tsumeb and Addis Ababa? How did your journey into aviation begin, and what shaped you as a pilot and leader?
Thank you, Ashwin. Well, I was born in Tsumeb, long time ago. And from there on, I went out in exile, the 77. And somewhere along the route, I ended up in Addis Ababa with Ethiopian Airlines, where I did my aviation commercial license. After that, we were attached to the main carrier, Ethiopian Airlines, thanks to our politicians that made it for us to get on board Ethiopian Airlines. And during that time, they were really not accepting any foreigners, you know. And especially now that we're refugees aside. But anyways, we're we were welcomed, and I stayed there for many years. And that's how I started my career in aviation. And until now today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you flew what many people call the Big Five commercial aircraft, later managed flight operations, and this was at the highest level, Captain.
Yeah.
From that dual experience, what makes running an airline particularly complex and risky, in your opinion?
We're one of the few Africans that had that opportunity to fly those big airplanes, and that as a result is because of you and the nation here. Most of us in Namibia were very lucky to for the country to have had those big airplanes, which is really rare for pilots to have flown those big airplanes, starting from 737, Boeing 737 that I've flown, jumbo jet, MD-11s, A330, A319, A340s. Yeah. So it was really welcoming, a very good experience that many wouldn't have. And more to that, one thing that pilots normally do not like is to sit in office, you know. I was also forced that way to say that, look, there's nobody to run the thing. And by the way, I'm the first black captain in Namibia.
Wow.
So somebody pushed me into that and said, you know what, you must get into this aviation thing. Management, you know, because if you are not there, then it's going to be a problem for the future, you know. And not only that, I'm the first black captain. There are also other captains that are white that were also first in Namibia, because the country had so many foreign pilots. Actually, yeah, we just see white pilots passing by there, but they are not really Namibians, you know. So later on, we really managed to pick up on them, and they became also first white pilots in Namibia. You know, so we're really, shall I say, really oppressed or so. Yeah.
Like
So
a ceiling had to be broken through.
yes, yes, yes. So in brief, that's how it is.
And how from that experience did you learn about the complexities and risks of running an airline?
Yeah, that's very, very complex because you require so much, especially the flight operation aspect of it. You're actually supposed to organize the fleet. That is organizing airplanes. I mean, sourcing airplanes, sourcing manpower to fly. Those are pilots, cabin crew, and yeah. And the other aspect is the regulatory part of it. That's very, very complex. You have to have so many things in it. But with the time and the opportunities we got from the government, we managed to teach our pilots, train them all over the world. All those places that I've been to, we've trained them everywhere. We've trained them in so many places.
Yes.
South Africa, obviously. We've taken them to Egypt. We flew them to so many other places. Europe, with Germany, Switzerland. It's
you covered all the bases.
Yeah, we have got and we
right.
have trained our pilots so well that they are one of the best in the world.
Yes.
And thanks to God, they are doing very well. Right. And with that, we managed to enter into Europe, to fly into Europe. And very few could enter there, as an African nation, but we managed, and we did it. Thanks to God, we didn't kill anybody, and touch wood.
Yes.
And that's how I ended my career, actually.
And I'm glad you mentioned that part, sir, because that's where I'm going to go next. Because Air Namibia was liquidated shortly after your retirement. What did that moment mean to you personally and professionally?
Yeah, that was really very, very difficult. Something that we have collectively really fought for, to have an airline, despite all the complexes and knowing the difficulty in getting one started. I never thought of coming up with an idea of forming up an airline or so. But then, because I thought, I'll be flying for the airline, because it's an entitlement. After 60, the law actually permits you to fly up to 65. Okay. You see that? So you could fly 65, and with that, I thought I'll be in the skies now. No more office jobs and flying my family all over the places. Now they are stuck. They cannot fly anywhere else. You have got the benefits, medical aid, that's for life, travel rebates. All those ones, they are all stopped. And of course, I mean, it's a problem.
Yes.
Now I said, what shall I do with myself? I will not go back in diaspora. I have been too long outside, you see. So the idea of going out is absolutely a no. So I thought, but I could plow back into the society, because all this training complexity, these are rare skills that you cannot get anywhere. Yeah. So.
And this is why you argued consistently that Namibia does need an airline, and regardless of its form, because of that vacuum. Well, why is competition so important in the aviation industry?
Yeah, exactly. Competition brings a whole lot of things, and thanks God we have been so good into this, to these law aspects and trying to fulfill all requirements, and therefore we are not scared of any challenges there, and we have got a whole lot of educated people. Even though Namibia does not like educated people. Yeah. So, yeah.
But if I may ask before we cut to a break, could you expand on that statement?
You know what? Wherever you go, you find educated people most of the time struggling. Yet, the call is, we need help or we need educated people to run industry as such. But somewhere along the line, there are blockages, you know, the blockages. Look, from the political point of view, we've got a political stable country, you know, platform where everything is fine. But coming to the technical part of it, that's where you find things really getting stagnant. Most probably the technocrats, I will say, especially in the civil aviation part, I would say maybe the civil servants, the top civil servants, those are the ones most probably having a problem. Yeah, because with that, you just get stagnant. Things are not moving. You have even the minister, you know, pushing for things to happen. But somebody will just come and say, I will not do it. You know, I will say, fine. I'm listening to you, but I will just not do it.
Take my own direction.
Yeah. That is most probably, those are the technical parts, the blockages that we have had.
All right. We're going to continue with that with that thought, sir. And after we come from the break, we do want to talk about your concern with the government's decision to pursue a 100% state-owned airline, as well as what we can expect with regards to Fly Etosha Airways. And then we'll get back to this question of the civil servants and the process with regards to the industry. I am with Captain William Ekandjo. This is the Evening Review. Stay with us. I am in conversation with Namibia's first black captain and pilot, Captain William Ekandjo, and we've been talking about the aviation industry in Namibia, zoning in on it as a whole, zoning in on his journey, and now we want to talk about the proposal with regards to the government. Rather, it seems like a decision at this point. Captain, you've been vocal about your concern about the government's decision to pursue a 100% state-owned airline. From your perspective, what risks does that approach carry compared to a PPP?
Yeah, that's good. That's very interesting. You know, aviation is a very big industry, and it's a billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar industry, if not trillion-dollar industry. With this, I really didn't expect this to be so big, you know, in terms of the economy. That it is competing even beyond mines, you know, because I thought mines were the ultimate, the top ones. But I see that really, when you look at other airlines, what they are doing, they are top. Yeah. So I have seen it that if the airline industry is run by the government, it becomes so complex, and things are they do not really happen. Just take it from the point of view of Air Namibia already. We're struggling, and of course everybody has got their own views on how the airline was run. But we, the employees of the airline, we have got totally a different point of view, a different view on how the airline was run. And that's by management, okay? You can also include me in there, but I was doing the technical part that that is always contradictive. They will always going to call you that you are arrogant, you are rude. All my predecessors, they also face the same thing. That they won't really come nicely together with the other management because this is completely different industry. You want action. As a pilot or crew member, this is action. It's action time. Everything is action. There's no relaxation because if you are relaxing, thinking of anything else, you may even forget to land. The airport may pass. You see, if it is now in an emergency or so, we are just fast actioning people. So that's why we didn't fit nicely with the rest of the management. Yeah. So people, crew members are very, very active. And
do you feel then that with the government pursuing this, that creates the potentiality of slowing down in spaces that you need intentional action?
It will go to nepotism. It will go to these things that we don't like. I just mentioned that we don't like educated people. These things will be given to somebody that will slow it down to a certain degree of inactiveness. Just like now, what's happening now? I know that a lot of money was given, 20 million or so, to make this thing active. Where is it? We are not even getting the so-called experts to run the thing. The committee members. All the experts I know are not there or I don't know them, or I have spoken to many of those ones, but I haven't seen any. All what I know is I have got pilots and engineers that are plowing mahango fields in the country.
Wow!
I've got, for example, take this. I have a gentleman. This guy already we studied together in Addis Ababa. The guy completed his pilot training. He got his commercial license. He said, no, this is not enough. I'm going for engineering. He did his engineering.
Wow.
He came back. Again, we fly, and then somewhere there, we're looking for jobs we couldn't find,
It is being overqualified.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, too overqualified. Because when I came here, I had Boeing 737 license already. So obviously, I was too overqualified. And with that, I started driving taxis. Yeah, I was a taxi driver here in all over Windhoek. And then later on, I became a fisherman because there was no job.
For Namibia's first black pilot.
Yeah. No, that time I didn't even become a captain.
You weren't a captain yet, but you were on that journey.
Yes. But all that qualifications, the hours I had, and then, you're too overqualified. Then I became a fisherman, again, fishing in boats.
Wow.
That time, I was actually a fisheries inspector. I tell you, all those years that I was hanging in with no jobs, I was dreaming every night of flying, of being seated in the cockpit. Every night, and never let go of. There was just not even a single day where I say, today I didn't dream of flying.
Wow.
But I managed. It so happened that I got a job with fisheries. We're in the desert there. We started off small fisheries inspector. I mean, aeroplane. We got an aeroplane from France. And
Wow.
with that we started. Eventually, I managed to get into Air Namibia. At that time, there were no black pilots. There were no black pilots. I was the only one. And then I started it off from there,
So one can understand, why you would have reservations to anything that might not progress efficiently, because you've found yourselves several times, even working with the airline, where you're just wanting things to function more efficiently.
Exactly.
So then, if we can pivot to Fly Tosha Airways, if it's okay with you, sir. You proposed a public-private partnership.
Yes.
What exactly was your vision for that partnership?
Look, aviation is financially intense, okay, and it requires a lot of money to run it. And I know it's not going to be that easy. Okay, money is in the country. The banks can offer you money, and it's there. You've got development banks, and those are much more reliable, and they will offer you. You understand, but though you need to top up. They say that. So I thought it's best if we can join. I mean, with the government, for example, to bring in, because this is knowledge. I mean, the knowledge that is in the country is for the country. You see, and we've got a lot of people lying in the streets. That's really a big advantage.
And you spoke, yes, 100%. But you also spoke about this was off camera. We've got pilots leaving the country.
I've got all these pilots. We train the best pilots. When I say that I came in first, the black one. At the end, we had about about 50, 60 black pilots already that we created.
Yes.
And we had a very big pool of pilots. And now, where are these pilots? They're all in diaspora. They are flying all over the places. Yeah. So what I mean by having all those pilots, we created a good equity between blacks and white. They match well, so now, if we have got to have the government running this the show alone, there will be a whole lot of problems. I talk of nepotism. I talk of mistrust, disregard to things, to laws, and knowledgeable people to run the airline. You see, that it is going to be a total collapse.
And part of the crux of that argument you've been saying, you pointed fingers at the civil servants rather than political actors. Could you expand on that briefly?
Yes. Before, many people will think that the problem in the country is actually politicians or so. I tend to disagree with that, with my experience, because whatever politicians do, I've seen a lot of politicians being fired, ministers fired, and etc. And it goes all the way up to there, but the problem still persists. So it could be something else. My conclusion and what I have seen is civil servants, most of them, they are so shall I use the word, maybe arrogant or so, because they won't just do what they are asked to do. I've seen the minister giving specific tasks out that this must be done,
and they're disregarded.
No, they will never do anything. They'll just
Sorry, sir. Our time seems to be running out, and I really want to hear more of your thoughts. If you could just wrap up with what you believe the way forward should be for Namibia with regards to aviation.
Look, Namibia is a very big country, and we really need transportation. You see, and and as we have seen, Namibia is developing, and we need to fly. We need transport, air transport, which is the fastest way of traveling, for competition as well. You have got more people, more airlines or flying institutions that will bring the cost down,
as opposed to having it 100% of government.
Exactly. And like now they are talking of running out to bring other airlines in, whereas I've got a whole lot of people seated on the ground doing nothing. And very, very dangerous to have actually the biggest, part of the economy being given out. That's
That is
So
fine.
it's best if we can use our own knowledge, our own monies to develop everything, and that can only be done if we join forces together. We have got licenses in the country, we have got money, we have got personnel, we have everything. So why do we have to run outside?
Let's make use of what we have.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much, Captain,
Okay.
for joining us.
Thank you.
It has absolutely
Thank
been
you.
an
It's
honor.
nice.
When someone comes with such a broad base of experience, we understand why the debate must be had, and we truly appreciate it. So that's been Captain William Ekandjo. I could go through a lot of his credentials as I did at the beginning of the show, but I'd say some that absolutely stand out. The one that really stands out is this is Namibia's first black pilot. Until this day, he's trying to give his all to the aviation industry, and we wish him all the best, and we certainly look forward to see this debate unfolding. Thank you for joining Evening Review.